Hey guys, it's me, Shane. I'm here to bring you a review of episode 3 of Yashahime, the Princess Half Demon, and this episode was called The Dream Butterfly. Apparently, these episodes come out on Friday, so I'm going to try my best to see if I can catch them Friday night so I can give you these episode recaps and reviews on Saturdays. But I took some notes. Um, yeah, and here we go. So, as we get a recap, we know that the centipede, or as Kaede calls her later in the episode, the three-eyed demon, had came through this tree along with Moroha and Setsuna, and apparently it's the same tree that the root head had taken refuge inside of. And now this demon is trying to get the eye from the pearl eye from Towa. Towa sword breaks. And this is where we leave off at. Moroha is even saying, this sword is a fake. You can tell the pattern is bad. Somehow she ends up making her own light blade, and just kind of comes out of nowhere, just from determination, from saying, Setsuna, I'm gonna save you or something. It's anime powers or whatever. And stabs this demon. Doesn't know how to control it. Can't flip it back on again. The demon's gonna go straight towards killing May, Kagome's mom and granddad. And before it can do that, Sasuna stabs in the head with the Naginata. Of course, May says, "Thank you, One-chan." That means big sister. Thank you, big sister. Once this demon fizzles and dies, you see the two pearls that it take from Setsuna and Moroha earlier. They get the pearls back. The pearl just swoops right inside of Setsuna's eye, and this is just ridiculously crazy, because at this point, I don't even know really where to start, because Moroha had ended up talking to the Higurashi family, kind of telling them, to move out the way. But, Kagome's mom finally looks at Moroha and is like, oh, she has Kagome's eyes. And they even said, oh, this reminds us of when Inuyasha and Kagome were around. Because the three young ladies are arguing, Setsuna isn't buying that Towa is her twin sister. The interaction between these three were pretty great. I actually really do appreciate that. It could have been corny. It wasn't really corny, but Setsuna is overly aggressive, like very aggressive, and she's just trying to slash Towa. Towa's effortlessly dodging. She's like, why you running away? I can tell you're trying to kill me. Why are you trying to kill me? Moroha openly says and explains to them, you're probably mad, Setsuna, because you're half demon, and when you're half demons, you guys don't have the power of full demons, and I can smell it on both of you. You guys smell similar. You kind of have similar powers. Hey, Towa, you smell just like Lord Shishomaru, and they're like, don't know who this guy is. Just don't know. Towa can remember that Setsuna is her sister. Don't know who Shishomaru is. And we're given a flash back to the past, where or should I say the Warm States era, where Kaede sitting there talking to Hisu, that's Sango and Moroku's son, the other demon hunters, and Kohaku, who's their leader, grown up Kohaku. And Kaede just openly says, Shishomaru had the twins with him when he visited 14 years ago, when they were babies. They were little bitty babies, but she hadn't seen them since then. And then sometime later, Setsuna showed up and, asked to be in her care. And Kaede is assuming that it is a writ of courage and cowardice, assuming that it's like when lions throw their babies into a pit. I've never heard of this before, by the way. Throw their kids into a pit, see who can crawl out. They're wondering what happened to the other twin, because they never met Towa, and she's wondering if Setsuna killed Towa, out of anger, which leads into the whole Towa. That's at least the whole Setsuna attacking Towa, very aggressively. And then as they're all trying to figure out all this, and Kohaku is actually very, very thankful for Shishomaru. When he was younger, he says, I'm happy for everything he did for me. Even then, I couldn't tell uh, his motivations. He was very guarded, which Shishomaru was. And back in the real world, Towa gets taken over by, they call it the Hitacone, but I'm just gonna say it's this little root tree demon thing. Just latches, bites her in the face. She gets these little demon markings. She's possessed. This thing is able to use her full powers, even though she just discovered them and couldn't, understand them. Because she's able to uh, make a sword of light come out of the hilt of the broken sword with her own demon energy. And this is where everything gets crazy. I actually had to backtrack. Um, Kagome's mom did not say earlier that Moroha had Kagome's eye. She said this reminded her of Kagome and Inuyasha. But when she told them, you guys need to back up because this isn't the same Towa, she's like, oh, that's my daughter's eye. So finally, someone is smart. Finally, we're getting more things out of all this. And it's a short battle that ensues. Even Moroha is saying, Setsuna, you're a demon. I'm a bounty hunter, but you're a demon hunter. Don't you have like special powder that can weaken and kill the thing? Just get it out. And Setsuna is kind of reminding me of old school Shishomaru, just saying anybody in front of me that fights me is my enemy. They're fighting, and she tries to do the cyclone attack. The possessed Towa gets in there and just cuts the thing in half. Moroha uses some type of cool dragon attack, I'm guessing from the sword, to stop all this. And then, right as this thing is reaching the climax, the root thing leaves because May, the little younger sister of Towa, openly comes up and says, big sis, you don't have to do all this. Pardon me if I guess these. You don't have to do all this. And then it possesses the little girl. And it picks up a rock and everybody's just, it's like, oh, I guess you figure it's more easy to control a little girl. And it's half cute, half sad. Like, Setsuna's like, I'll just cut it out of her. And Towa says, I've already caused this family too much trouble. You're not going to put scars on her face, and just hugs her. And the little girl who's possessed just hitting her with the rock. And not like viciously. It's like, it's a little girl just, it's like equal parts cute, equal parts sad. Really, it's a weird moment, but it's an endearing moment. And at this time, Setsuna brings out a technique. It's called moth something. Makes a little moon moth something. Puts everybody to sleep except for Moroha. She takes out a little demon powder. Well, a little, I guess, slang demon powder and sprinkles it on a little girl. And the root thing gets out and dries up. So, Moroha, again, she's a bounty hunter. She has the skull of the three-eyed lady, and she's getting the little root thing. She's like, it don't cost a lot, but, we can get lunch with it. And Setsuna's remembering May going, thank you, big sister. And as everyone's sleeping, we go back to the Warring States era, where they show the root from Roothead. They say it's in the Tree of Ages. Well, the Tree of Ages was the same thing that was used to build the Bone Eater well that Kagome and Lord, I call him Lord and Inuyasha, used to travel back and forth. So anytime the Roothead demon takes root into anything or somebody, apparently he can get their powers and use it. So now, for whatever reason, he's able to transport beings from Warring States era to the modern era. Who knew? Well, now they know. And we go back to the modern era with big older Papa Sota, his wife, and little May. May's awake now, and he tells his wife, "Yeah, I told you there were demons and everything." And she says, "I've always believed you. This family's taking all this crap in stride. Like, wow, no one's freaking out. They're just like, yeah, demons are a real thing. I knew she was a half demon. It kind of reminded me of what was going on with my sister and her boyfriend or husband, probably." And at this time, we get a nice little funny scene where Moroha comes out. Moroha's like, I've never been able to put hot water over my head before. Again, she's from that old era, so having a hot shower is a commodity. Uh, Running hot showers is a commodity. She's out there just nothing but a towel on. Of course, they have expert ways of, blocking the young lady's chest and her lower area. And it's so funny. Sota's wife is covering his eyes while everybody is just talking to her like, well, it's fine. You can use the shower, whatever else you need. She's like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna rock out. She's walking around, very reminiscent of Inuyasha. I do have to say, I'm gonna interject on myself. Moroha is probably, and I wish the show was about Moroha and not Towa and Setsuna. Moroha is actually a very enjoyable character. She is a great mix of Kagome's lighthearted kindness and Inuyasha's, bold brashfulness. She's the perfect mix in the middle. Like, she's not an a-hole. She's just rambunctious. She's 14. She's rambunctious, and she's funny. She's the sensible, funny one. Who would have thought Inuyasha's kid would be the sensible, funny one? And after she goes to the back where the other girls are, you know, Sota says, "Yeah, mom says she thinks that's my older sister's daughter." So his wife says, "Oh, so we, everybody's family. We have family over." And of course, the little girl, May, his daughter, she's very cute. She says, "So I got, I end up getting three big sisters now." And then we go to the conversation between Moroha and Setsuna. Setsuna saying, "I don't believe she's my sister. Why should I believe her? My sister wouldn't just be sleeping like this." Unaware that Towa has just recently awakened, but she's on her top bunk just listening. And this is why I say Moroha's probably the best character. She says, you can't sleep. You've never been asleep. He's like, no, I don't sleep. It's beneficial for the Warren States era. She's like, no, everyone goes to sleep. I know what happened to you. You had a dream butterfly eat your dream. That's why you lost your memories, and that's why you can't sleep. People who have their dreams eaten by this thing cannot sleep and lose memories. And meanwhile, Towa's hearing this. She's like, "This is all," and she mentioned this earlier. This is all because I let go of you when we were running. She completely blames herself for the situation that they're in. And the episode ends with her jumping out of bed and just saying, Setsuna. And we get the ending thing, which is in the preview. Well, the voiceover is essentially Towa saying, we got to find, this butterfly is in the other world. We got to find this thing and get your memories back. And we get a little flashes of Moroha hugging, her great grandfather now, Kagome's grandfather, her great grandfather. And, that is the end of the episode. Before I rate this out of 5, I gotta say, seems like the Higurashi family is a lot smarter than episode 2 would have led you to believe. I thought we were. I'm very thankful that we did not pull a Naruto where everybody's in on the secret, everybody's in on the joke, but the main characters. And it's very refreshing to see Moroha not be an idiot. I'm actually really happy that she inherited her mother's intelligence, and you can kind of tell that she inherited her willingness to study, because she has all this knowledge about all these different demons, which is probably passed on her from Inuyasha, and she knows the things on how to deal with them, which is passed on from Kagome. Interjection on myself again. One of the things that they did show is we see Kikyo. Apparently they're going to talk to whatever spirit is inside of this ancient tree, and it could be Roothead pretending to be Kikyo / Kagome, or it could actually be Kagome trying to talk to the daughters of Shishomaru. MVP of the episode is Moroha. Just off the bat, she's terrific. She took everything in stride. She handled everything very well. Second runner up is Mom Higurashi, Sota Higurashi. Just Higurashis are killing it. They're completely killing it. Just telling people the truth. Like, this is what happened. We know you. I know my daughter's eyes. You're my granddaughter. Cool. Kaide's kind of dumb still. Like, I find it hard to believe that current Shishomaru after everything, Granted, I have not finished watching the series, but I know what happens, and it's very hard for me to believe that that newer Shishomaru would just throw his kids out in the wild. I can see episode 5 through 30 Shishomaru doing that. Like the one that's willing to kill his brother to get the Tetsaiga. I can see that. Cannot see that with current Shishomaru. I have a sneaking suspicion that Ren is dead. I believe that Ren is the mother of these two daughters, and I think we might get a Devil May Cry situation where the mother is dead. Shishomaru had to take his daughters, probably do some type of demon magic or something to make them forget that they are his daughters, so they don't come looking for him. Put them in the forest, knowing that they're both, his kids. They're already strong. They can fend for themselves. Plus, they're not that far from Kaede. So, not being that far from Kaede means that if they need help, they can get help. Setsuna end up getting help, which is great. And Towa end up falling right in the lap of the perfect place, falling right with the Higurashi family, his extended family. So that's just my take on it. That's what I think is going to happen. I was really annoyed with episode 2. Episode 2 should have been episode 1. This should have been episode 2. And this third part should have been... The first part should have been the third part. Just saying, oh, what happened in the past. This is actually really... It's coming together. I'm really glad. I worry that the quest for the dream butterfly is going to be something that we're going to be watching for 10 to 15 episodes. I really hope that gets wrapped up at least within that amount of time, like at least within the first 10 episodes, so maybe she can at least remember, at least Setsuna can remember that Towa is indeed her half-twin sister, older half-twin sister. I can tell that this anime kind of seems like a run-of-the-mill anime almost, but I can tell they're kind of borrowing some things from the animes that came out as this was ending or after Inuyasha had come on. Like seeing a person in Inuyasha have more than more than 2 attacks that have names and they use them all in one episode is pretty interesting. I'm hoping we'll see more of that. I'm hoping Moroha does not change. I love the rambunctiousness. I love the silliness of her, but I also love the matter of fact, like, this is what's going on. I'm going to tell you what's happening. I really do hope she mentions her mother and father. So here's looking forward to episode 4. I never thought about that. Never thought I would look forward to it. So this episode will actually get a 4 out of 5. You did a good job of linking things. We have some mysteries to solve. I'm pretty sure they'll be solved over the course of the season. I'm going to assume this is going to be run in seasons. So hopefully it'll be solved in the run of the season. Hopefully they're not still looking for Papa by episode 20. Hopefully they find Papa. Hopefully they find Butterfly, the Dream Butterfly, and hopefully they find Shishomaru soon. And hopefully we can get the parents all together just to talk to their kids and say, hey, we were cool, we were the stuff, you can be the stuff too. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this review. Tell me if you've seen the episode, what do you think of it? If you haven't seen it, I always encourage people to watch the review or watch the episodes that I review. Watch it right after this if you haven't seen it, or just watch it right before, then just come right on back over here. So, let me know what you're expecting for the next episode down below. Do you really think they're going to meet Kikyo? Let's find out. So, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified of more videos just like this. Please remember to share the video and just showing everybody the good time that you're having. As always, be good, be blessed, wear a mask, Black Lives Matter, and I will definitely see you next time.